Hey, hey, I know that. We're going to be using that thing today. Well guys, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to all. Welcome to Hartung Family Farms, and today it's noon o'clock. Monday, harvest has officially begun. Started over the weekend, got both machines running in beans yesterday just to run them off, make sure everything's working. So we are officially underway with harvest 2026. Full steam ahead, cannot wait. It's going to be a grind. Looks like we have no rain in sight, so it's going to be a sprint at first to get these beans out, because for those of you guys don't know, every combine you see around here is running beans. The big reason is because beans dry out fast. Corn, they don't really fluctuate with moisture. It'll maybe dry out half a point a day. Get down there, it won't dry out much more than a point a week type of thing. But soybeans, they'll dry out 4 or 5 points a day type of thing. So when the dew comes on, moisture will rise above that 13% threshold. We want to sell the beans right at 13%. Anything above 13%, we get docked for having too much water. Anything below 13%, we don't get a premium or anything. So anytime we're at 10%, we're actually losing 3% water weight. So it actually equates out to a couple bushels per acre every acre that you harvest dry your beans. So it's gonna be a sprint. We're gonna get going. So Nathan is gonna be running beans today with my dad, and Curtis hunting trucks, I'm guessing. We need to finish up our chopping. We have 2 more bags to put up. What we saw right there was our bagger. I'll explain that a little bit later, but we're gonna be putting up a bag of feed down at the South Farm for our cows that we just got in here a couple days ago. So, got a lot going on. Let's get to it. I believe it's gonna be me, Pat, Brian, chopping down south, along with Mark Miller, the guy doing the bag, and then Dad, Curtis, Nathan gonna be running beans up north. We'll just have to see. I'll probably be wrong. That plan will probably change 5 times between now and when I actually get up to the farm. Let's go. Neighbors are chopping with their cloths. Cloths and a 12-row earlage head. Get some acres put away. We'll be chopping here today as well. And another neighbor is finally harvesting his beans. You can kind of see he had his Haggie sitting there all spring or all summer. I'm guessing his Haggie broke down spraying this field, and he just left it there until he can get his beans out so he doesn't ruin his crop. I honestly don't blame him. So I'm gonna pull in here to my farm. I want to check and see how that wheat's doing. It's been in the ground. Well, it's been on top of the ground for about 2 weeks now, so I'm just kind of curious. And I gotta go see how that Bednar mulcher did. Kind of see if it really trimmed out this waterway, which I love. Just like I said when I mentioned it, just like cutting your grass for the first time. It's just kind of fun, just satisfying. So I'm just gonna walk out here and see how and if the wheat is sprouting yet. Just starting to, but a lot of this wheat isn't. So some of the wheat's sprouting, like that guy's starting to sprout. Not gonna lie, I was a little bit more hopeful. Well, some of it's sprouting, like that guy. That guy's shooting out. Might just be hit or miss. Because there's definitely some wheat sprouting, like that guy, that guy, that guy. Other wheat is just kind of sitting on top of the ground. So, actually there is a decent amount sprouting. I'm looking down, wheat. There is wheat sprouting. Huh, I guess, like I said, it's an experiment. Worst case scenario, I'll take it to cover crop if it emerges pretty uneven, but if it emerges well, might take it to seed, we'll see. Either way, these beans need to get out. Popping good. Well, that's 13% probably. It's got to pop, so it's around 12 to 13. But it's really going to start drying out here over the next week. I'm hoping that we start on this field maybe tomorrow. We'll see how much Nathan gets done. He's going to try and finish the first field he was in yesterday, which is across from north of the Blue Silo. Then he'll probably go up on top of the hill by the well, and then probably do it behind the pit. Maybe get all that done today, maybe, we'll see. And then tomorrow, we'll probably head south, would be my guess. The bean fields I'm talking about is the one up on top of the hill there, and the one actually below the hill. Sweet. So it looks like we're actually hooking up the chopper right now. It's gonna head down south. All right. So I need to unhook the 190, because what we got going is, maybe. That started hard. Because what we got going is, got to unhook the baler, And I need to head down because I'm gonna hook onto that wagon, Brian's gonna go on that wagon, and we're gonna have the truck down there. Need 3 wagons down there because I'm not sure why. That's what Curtis says. So we're gonna do 3 wagons. I'm gonna run down there and run a couple loads for them. And then I'm gonna come back here and maybe run some semis for Nathan. I don't know, we'll explain. Let's go. All right, we're unhooked. Go switch PTO out on this thing, because I got to agree on a 540 PTO for the chopper box. Whoop, that was close. That was almost not good. It's never good to pull your pins out. That's why you always want to back away slowly. So I got to change out the PTO. So this is a different sprocket. You can kind of see that guy's different. Spring. And I just pull this guy out. Switched over, so I think I'm good. I'm gonna probably go look over the grain cart, make sure everything's sitting good there, and then I might go switch Nathan out and dump this truck that he's coming to go dump up the beans, so that way he can get harvesting. Sounds like the 93. Yep. Sweet. Well, I think I'm all ready to go. I'm not gonna head south right away because they don't need me. So I think what I'm gonna do is I might go make sure the grain cart's good, everything's good there. And then I think I'm going to, yeah, I gotta figure out what that was gonna do. Make sure the grain cart's good, then I'll probably switch out with Nathan and have him get combining. My dad should be here in about an hour, a little less. Have him get combining, and then I'll dump that truck, bring the truck back, and then I'll head south with the tractor. Yeah, I think that'll work. Okay, now I need to find a charging cable for this guy. Yes, that is what I need to do. Go find a charging cable and then drop that guy off in the combine, so Nathan has a GoPro to show you guys, and then I think we'll be good. You can kind of see this this field we got about 2/3 done, something like that, so it won't take him too long. Then I think he's going to jump to the east up on top of the hill there, keep going on those beans. 8250, first time running her. Let's go. So here's our Macdown 35 footer FD 135. Still got some green stems in here, you can kind of see, but the beans are dry. We got to get moving. Oh, there was an unfortunate accident that happened this weekend. You'll see with this pile of scrap metal. I'll talk about it tomorrow. I'll swing by and kind of explain some, but neighbor had a bad accident. So we're heading up here. We got an auger set at the bigger bin up at Butch's. Nathan's dumping the truck. I'm gonna swap him out. He can go look at that PTO, make sure I got that good, and go from there. See, we opened up a little bit of this bean field here. That way we can get trucks and stuff in here, because we're gonna have about 8,000 bushels. That should be plenty for today. We just dumped all the trucks. We have 3 empty trucks here. That should be enough for Nathan and Bud to keep going until I free up, and I can dump trucks later tonight. So I'm gonna take this truck over there. We're gonna just basically stage 3 empty trucks for Nathan. 3 empty trucks plus a grain cart will be good enough for probably 5 hours at least of harvest. So that way him and Dad can just keep going. At least that's the plan for now. So I'll bring this truck over next door for Nathan, and then I'm gonna head down south with that tractor. There we go. So I'm gonna go ahead and dump this grain cart for Nathan. Well, he's got a full grain cart for that big behemoth of a combine. So we have like 20,000 pounds on it. Yep, 20,000. Jumping. Keep our cart system in action from Agromatics. It's our second year running it. This is the first year we don't have any wires going in the cab. All the cab wires is actually underneath. Snazzy, I love it. So we just got 3 trucks lined up plus the grain car. That's 4,000 bushels for Nathan to harvest. Nathan and my dad, I should say, my dad will be coming here shortly. We'll take over. There goes Nathan. He's taking off. I'm gonna set this semi or this grain cart kind of right where he was. Good enough. Okay, I need to head out. Let's roll. Filling up with them diesel. Got my 540 PTO, what's the slow one on there, as you guys saw. I'm heading south. Gonna go hook onto a chopper box and do our second to last day of chopping.
3 semis lined up for us. We got a lot of stuff going on today down here. By the way, welcome. You got the bud men back from Hartung Family Farms. Just come from Bellevue up there. Semis lined up. Like I said, we got a lot of stuff going on today. They're finishing up chopping down at the South Farm. Like I said before, it is my birthday, so my birthday present for myself today is to get in that bad boy right there. Fill these trucks up. 3 of them all lined up. We'll only have a driver for a while because everybody else is down chopping. We're gonna finish chopping at the South Farm and then hopefully tomorrow start hitting beans really hard. I don't know, maybe a week, 10 days, get all the beans done and then switch over to corn and get all those rocking and rolling. So it's gonna be the fun next month, month and a half. Hopefully we'll be finished up in that time before Thanksgiving. That'd be nice like we did last year. So we'll see you in this big old case IH 340.
Well, there's the neighbor hammering down on some corn. We'll have this knocked out for sure by the time we get back. Just filling up some wagons. I'm having an issue with this tractor. Not sure what's going on, but it's got a mile/hour gauge. It's just going all over the freaking place. Yeah, and there it is. It just kicks me into neutral. I don't know what's going on.
Ooh, camera in the back. That's something new. Seems like every year we get something new. This was new last year, this year. Safety is always first. This way you can tell when you're backing up, when you're leaving, if there's anybody behind you that you're not hitting something. Kind of cool. CB, monitor, camera, monitor for the tractor. And then you got me. So now I got to figure out these. There's 4 buttons. Okay, let's see what this one does. Ooh, must be beans in here yet. So we're just going to hold tight here and wait for him to get here so we can not do anything because I'm going to lose beans. So I got to get me a bucket so I can pick those up right down there.
Neighbor knocking some beanies out. Nice. Well, here we are. We're going to be chopping down here. I'm guessing, yeah, everyone's eating right now, so I'm guessing they're eating over there. Let me put up a little 150-foot bag. Sweet. I'm guessing there's a chopper box. Yep, way over there.
Okay, my first dump of beans of the year. He's in the 8250. And there he goes.
disable that. Yep. Yeah. So we're opening up this cornfield right here just to kind of get it opened up, because like I said, we got to chop, I don't know, 20 loads worth. So they already got 2 loads done. I'm gonna grab, there's a wagon way over there. I'm gonna go grab that real quick and get ready to unload in a bag. You guys haven't seen a bag get loaded in a while, so I'll show you.
My first dump into the red day cab truck.
So that's what we're gonna be using. We're gonna be using what's called a bagger. They just quite literally stick stuff in bags. So nothing too fancy, but it's just a good way to have storage when you don't have a pit silo set up. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna put a short 150-foot bag in down here. This corn's a little dry. You can kind of tell with the dust, but it is what it is. Can't do anything about it. So this is our south farm. I'm gonna hook up this wagon. This one's gonna be mine for the day. We're not gonna be switching or anything, or we won't be for a while. Nope. I gotta make sure this thing's set to front unload. That way when it spins. Yep, we're good. This drive cog is what we need. Ow, just snap my finger on the snap my finger pin. Ow. There we go. Okay, I'll back up, hook up, and scram. So we're opening up this field right now. See, Curtis and Pat are rolling along. We're gonna have 3 guys here, partially because we're gonna be going a long ways away, partially because loading with a bagger just takes a lot longer. It's not as fast as just dumping it out the back, so we're figuring it's just better to have 3 until my dad's gotta leave, and I think I'm gonna try and sneak away and head back and help Nathan. So Curtis is gonna dump into that bagger. Nice. So Curtis is dumping the first load. I'm gonna dump next, just because I got the wagon that doesn't have near as much. Then once I'm done, Pat and Nate Curtis are gonna pick off these last couple rows, and then I am going to unhook my wagon. Pat will hook onto it and pick a load over to the beans. Big reason for that is so that way we can actually load trucks over here where it's a lot safer, as opposed to loading them on the divided highway. So you gotta line up for this guy.
Possum. There is a combine in there somewhere. Here he comes.
Dumping. So basically all I do is Mark gets me set up, I run it with the PTO, and then I unload this thing out the front, it dumps it in the bag, and we fill up, and I just gotta creep forward. Got the old 1066 runner. So basically just put her in full throttle and let her buck. It's all PTO driven. It's PTO driven hydraulic pump. Well, there we are. And now we're just about empty. So now he'll hook onto that wagon. He's going to cut over to our bean field. So we got our 1066 tractor on a 10-foot ag bagger. So it's a 10-foot diameter bag, 150 feet long. Probably do about 18 to 20 loads worth. This is Brian's first time ever doing a bag. He's killing it.
Getting it done.
Crushing it.
There we go.
Yep, so we got me, Curtis, and Brian down here running wagons, Pat running the chopper, and then a custom guy running the bagger. This is his bagger. We just hire him to bag it for us. Well, got our 1066 here. It's plowing this ag bagger. This is basically a brand of quite literally what you think. It's an ag bagger. You can bag feed, mainly feed, silage, earlage, haylage, any other type of lid you got. All it is just conveyor, dumps into this spinning rotor, packs it in. That's all it does. So we got about 20 feet so far and about 3.5 loads. Just call it 3 loads, so not bad. Probably take us about 18 or 20 loads to get her done. And it's pretty efficient too. You just got a little bit of spillage here, but it's not too bad. So this stuff is all nice and crispy. You get a little greener the closer you get to the corn. In this video I killed all the weeds that were sitting. Okay, we're moving now. Pat's fuel filter's bucking a little bit. I think we're gonna try and go until we can't anymore. Curtis and Pat are gonna do these last 16 rows. Then Curtis will dump, and then after they're done with the 16, Pat will hook onto there, hook onto Brian's wagon. And then I think we're done with the south piece. We got it opened up, it's just too dry. So we're gonna jump across the road and hope that's a little bit wetter. You don't want this stuff too dry, as I was talking about when we were actually doing our earlage bunker at a good moisture. You don't want it too dry because it just doesn't pack worth a dang. We're not gonna be able to get, probably only gonna lose a load or two out of this 100-foot bag, so we're not gonna be as dense, but that is what it is. Not gonna be able to do much about it. You can kind of see, you know it's dusty under 20% when it's doing that. It's not ideal. It's not gonna hurt anything. Like I said, you're just not gonna get as much feed per foot.
There he goes. One more strip here, then one more strip back, and we will have this field done. I don't know if we're gonna go up top. I'm assuming we'll go up top and get that field next, and then across the road.
So here's our beans. Probably gonna be picking these things maybe tomorrow. Maybe, probably not. We'll just have to see, but stuff's getting ready. Sir, you can't park here. You can't park here. Just pull it right into the beans. Jeez. So we can't have nice things. He just pulled it in the beans so he'd be able to turn around. He's got a full wagon, so. Here we lost a little bit of beans. That's okay. All in the name of efficiency. There we are. Pull this guy out of here. There's still a little bit of green left in these stalks, but not a lot. Pretty well dead, under 20%. I shouldn't say dead, mature. It is ripe, it is harvest time. Well, that's not good when he's over by the shop. Ruh-roh. Wonder if his filters are plugged. I brought down new fuel filters for him. I'll have to go see. So this thing's got a metal detector. If you send metal through it, it'll destroy it. So it shot an alarm, so you had to unplug it. I actually found a little bolt that's in there. Thanks actually to the GoPro magnet. Whew, nice. That little guy stopped this machine. It's pretty crazy how that thing can sense just a little itty-bitty piece of metal. Nuts. Yeah, because you obviously don't want metal going through this thing. That would not be good. It would destroy a lot of things.
Field number 1 done. Now we're up here by the well. It's called Schaefer Well. And I can see Nathan up around the corner. Lots of beans here too, the way it looks. I'll catch up to him and we'll go from there. Having fun in the sun on my birthday, September 29th. I'm taking these beans were planted a little later. They're all green yet. Brown, green.
So they're doing the last row there. Then Pat's gonna hook onto Brian's wagon right there and go across the road. Got this thing opened up, so now we're heading across the road in search of some wetter corn.
We got a dust storm again up in front of us here, so we got more green beans over here. Brown, green.
Okay, so we got the drone up in the air again. Drop a comment down below. Do you guys like voiceover drone footage? Do you like music drone footage? Do you like just, me splicing in machine noises? What do you guys want? So anyway, I do want to talk a little bit about this chopper. So we've had this chopper since 2010. This is the last brand new purchase that my Uncle Jerry made. For those of you guys who don't know, my Uncle Jerry and my Uncle Pat were the two sons of my Grandpa Joe that took over the farm. Jerry passed away in 2013 with colon cancer. So this is his final purchase. He always did our chopping. He's done custom chopping. Geez, we've had a chopper I think since the 80s, and he's done custom work ever since then. So this is the last purchase that he's made, and this thing will pass 4,000 engine hours. No, 4,000 cutting hours I think this year. I'm honestly not sure. This thing has been an absolute beast on our farm. We've had it for this is its 15th year, so it's been doing good. We'll probably have to update it here at some point in the next year or two, but man, those new choppers are expensive. So anyway, we use it to chop silage on our farm. We use it to chop hay, somewhat, not a lot of hay, and then earlage. Earlage definitely gets the most tons through it, just because it's the highest protein value of our farm, and we feed it the most for sure. We're chopping it into Meyer wagons. They are 20-foot long boxes. They can unload out the front. You can see those augers in the front there. Basically, it conveys to the front. The auger kind of meters it and then conveys it to the side into bags, like you guys have been seeing. It also can convey it out the back. So that's about our equipment.
Okay, our first dump in the Schaefer farm by the well. I'm in the hayfield, as you can see. Green as green can get. And I'll wait for him to pull ahead, and I'm going to follow him again. So
Pat's full. We're going to switch wagons. That way he can keep opening up the field. Unloading.
always takes the longest to get it opened up. Outside roll. And then once we get it going, I think we'll go back and forth, but we got to get the outside rolls out done first.
Patch broke down again. Fuel filters are plugged. So he's gonna come up here and change fuel filters. I love not doing maintenance until the day of. So, well, our new corn head rebuild is working pretty well. I should say, at least it's working. No issues. Holy dust. Okay, we're broke down again. We'll go ahead and go change out those fuel filters. And we're not broke down, but we're broke down enough we gotta quit and spend a half hour changing those filters. Fun, fun, fun.
Back it up. Gotta go around the dike, the dry dam dike. We'll go around it.
That's what she looks like under there. It's moving that crop mat forward. Just got a brake on it to kind of keep it from let it stretch there. Okay, so I think we're about 8 or 9 loads in so far and just been slow going. Not much fun.
One thing about beans, it takes time to fill a hopper up, so you get a lot of downtime. So I get to listen to a lot of music going on here. And I like to sing once in a while, but I'm not going to sing today. But it will be coming.
Okay, they are going to go chop. I guess we got about 10 loads left or so. I got to pick up because it's the Budley's birthday, so go ahead and wish him a comment down below. He's a whole 45, if you can believe that. I know, it's crazy, he doesn't look a day over 30, but he's actually 45. I gotta go take his spot. Okay, I'm heading north to come take your spot. Heading back to the farm.
But there's a wire going across here, and he had about 6 inches to spare. He called to make sure he had enough room clearance to get underneath this wire here, and I'll show it to you. I don't know if you can see it or not, but there it is. So he made it underneath it, so we're still going. There's a field we just finished.
How's that yielding?
I didn't even ask him. Our CB's not working.
Which one?
The one in my tractor.
Why is that?
I don't know.
What's it say? Is it on 15?
Yep.
Does it say BCS or something somewhere?
Well, it's harvest time here in Clinton County. Passing a grain cart. I just passed a gravity wagon behind me. Grain cart on a Magnum, big sucker. 1396. And I got a gravity wagon pair behind me. And here's another gravity wagon. This one's full though. There's the neighbors picking some corn. Okay, we're on the go. I gotta pay attention because I don't want to spill beans. And there he goes. We are empty. A lot of dust. Well, there they are, up on top of the hill, slaying beans. And the beans are yielding really well. Yielding our expectations, go with that a little bit later, but I gotta try and try to drive this thing home. Made it all this way before without bucking. Now it's just starting to buck. Not fun. Either way, we're slaying beans. I'm gonna go jump in there, probably dump a truck before Budley has to leave, but it's yielding out. I'll yield in our expectations.
Okay, we got this little section done. And now we got to start working towards the, I'm going to say east, but I'm not too good on directions, so we're going to head over here and go back and forth this way. So we're going to go down the hill, up the hill, and over. So we'll be done. Ronald's on his way up here. He's going to take my spot because I got to go home and do birthday stuff tonight. Remember, it's my birthday.
There's the Budley. So the Budley has to go. It's his birthday, so like I said, I'll leave him a comment down below. So it's gonna be me and Nathan for a little while. I'm gonna go pick him up in the four-wheeler. Let's go. Woof. Woof, woof, woof. Dumping beaners. We're dumping them up in here. About one ring in. This bin will hold about 8,500 bushel or so. That's roughly 8 truckloads. We've only gotten about 3 in here now. Should be 3.5. Dumping the green beans. They're all dry, but there are some pods in here. Yep. As soon as this all gets filled up, that end kind of actually drops down a little bit. You can kind of see it starting to drop as that all gets filling up. 2 rings up. We got 4 more to go, so 4 more truckloads, that'll be it. Whoopee! Hi, Dookie! There's nothing worse than bean dust just hanging in the air. If that crap just kills your sinus. 1 empty truck, 2 full trucks. That should be good enough for tonight, I think. It's already 5:45. Hopefully we can get 1 more full truck and a grain cart. And if Nathan wants to keep going, by that time Curtis will be able to be back and dump a truck, hopefully. We're going now. Nathan's breaking through. Getting this field knocked out. Okay, let's go see what type of job this guy's doing. This 8250 big combine, I'm not worried about it. It should be doing a pretty good job, but so you can kind of see these beans are just tangled up and laid everywhere. We're missing a couple beans, but honestly, we're not going to get everything when they're all kind of tangled up. And what I mean by the green beans or the lima beans, we're just fighting some immature beans in through here. Just occasionally. For the most part, these beans are ready to go, but overall, I'm not seeing any loss out the back. There's 1. You want to see less than 2. 2 is a bushel an acre. Actually, it might even be 3, I forget. In a square foot. Like there's 2. There's 3 and about 1.5 feet, so that's where we want to be. I'm going to check him a little bit. I'm not loving this cut quality, but again, these beans are all tangled up. It's not going to be perfect. We'll see how he's looking coming back this way. Because I mean, you can kind of see we're missing some not getting it snapped off the greatest. Like that guy, I'm not proud of right there. Should have got that. Green stem, that's the tough part. We're fighting these green stems, but the beans are dry. They're 8, 9, 10%. So we'll see how he does coming back the other way. So the outside cut quality is pretty good. Middle's to be desired. And this outside is pretty good too. So see if I can, I'm gonna hop with him and see if I can tweak some stuff. That's kind of nice thing about my job. I have ran a lot of combines over the years, so should know how to tweak it and do a bunch of things. But I think while it's kind of the heat of the day, I'm gonna have him kind of tip forward a little bit, because I think if he tips his cutter bar forward some, should get under some more of these. But again, just going this way is not gonna be perfect. Oh, here it is. Well, here it is. First time seeing the 8250 in action and some rank, tough green beans. Not breaking any land speed records, but we're getting her done. So we'll get into all the technologies this combine has, but one thing I love about it is it has the automation package. So it's got hillside automation. So when we're going downhill, it's gonna compensate for grain wanting to wash downhill and stay in the machine. It's gonna open things up and speed up the fan. I love that idea, that concept. Deere's had that for about, the 8250 series came out in like 2018. Deere's had that for a couple years before that. So it's just good that we're finally getting the automation on the farm, because we could use it in these hills. So unfortunately, we just need a bigger header. That thing's only going 70% power limit. It's not ideal, but it is what it is. So if we get a 40-footer someday, that's exactly what we need for that. But I think these tough rank beans just can't go much faster because we just lose our cut quality. But tipping that forward definitely helps some. Let's look at, see how our losses are doing. One, two, good. One, two, losses are good. Okay, he's about full, so. My first unload on the go of 2025. Nice. New combine. And if we get a bigger header, we need a bigger auger. That's gonna be pretty close. If we get 2.5 feet longer, wider, I should say. So I'm walking back. I got kicked out by Ashley, Nathan's wife, and son Bennett. It's all right, they gave me BLT for my trouble, so I'll take it. I get bribed for food very easily. So at least we're on the board. We're about 70 acres in. This stuff is yielding phenomenal. Last field was yielded in the 80s. This one's in the 70s. Just crazy. Really good yielding. And she's still tough. Look at all this green that's still out here. Jeez. So when you're doing bean harvest, you know, I mentioned before that beans really take on moisture. But when there's no wind, the dew sets in a lot earlier, gets tougher earlier, and you gotta quit earlier. Because like I said, the stems and everything picks up moisture, just doesn't go through the combine very well. But hopefully we'll be able to get another, 10 acres knocked out. That would be ideal. This will be my last. Oh my goodness gracious. There we go. This will be my last dump. And then I'll go fill a truck. Filling. About 41,000 on it right now. Sweet. Ha! You know what that means. I win the late game. Suck it, Nathan. Now the real question is playing the boss. See who else is around that I can see. Just creeping down the hill. Got our 3 trucks parked here. That truck is full. We'll empty it. We'll look at Jeff's truck. That one's empty. And now we'll go to the red day cab. I'll dump the rest of my load in here. I got 40,000 pounds. The truck will be about 60. Open the gate up. And start dumping. So I only need about 20,000 more to fill this truck. Maybe a little bit more than that. Okay. We'll have all the trucks full for the morning. I think tomorrow we're going to try to get both combines going. Probably going to need, well, we're for sure going to need to move that auger. That bed didn't last long, but these 3 trucks should about fill it up. Okay, he's got his lights on, he's got his lights on, he's got his lights on. So we're good on that farm. I don't see any more farms, and it's getting a little dark, so I'm gonna concede. Yeah. Deere's out munching on the beanies. Oh, goodness grace. Why do I do this to myself? Guys are coming home with the chopper. There's Brian coming home with the wagon, I should say. I don't see the chopper yet, but guys are coming home. There's what we're doing, 76. It says 9 moisture. Like I said, I don't believe it. I don't think it's that wet or that dry. Maybe it is, I don't know. We're gonna test it in the morning. How many acres we got left? 16 acres left. Not too bad. Then we get another 5 or so done tonight. Finish the rest in the morning. Pulling in. We're still rolling. Well, like I said, it's starting to get kind of tough, but the breeze is still going, so means we're able to keep rolling. That's the nice thing about it. So he's going about 2.9, 3 mile an hour right now. Not too bad. starting to dump on me. This evening would have been a perfect one to fly the drone, except I forgot because it was literally right there and I'm an idiot. Oh well. Okay, we're gonna take that four-wheeler in. Curtis will run me back out to it. I love harvest. First full day of harvest. Did some couple half days this weekend, got some beans going. This is the first full day. We'll get about 50 acres or so in. Not too bad. It's slow going with these green stems, but it's just gonna be what it is. So our goal is to be about 75 acres per day with both machines. Hopefully we can hit that. Beans are definitely busheling, so that's good. So I brought Nathan his leaf blower. Yeah, it's dead. Cool. Well, here she is. After the first full day, I'd say she's doing pretty good. No major issues at least. So he's just gonna park it up here on top of the hill. There we go. 11%. Boom. That'll work. I'll go park this thing and call it a night. UN for the day. Oh, gotta clock out, grab a water and head home.